Jimmy Hunt, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Invaders from Mars star, dies at 85. In a heartbreaking turn of events, the beloved star of Cheaper by the Dozen, Jimmy Hunt, has passed away at the age of 85. This news has left many fans in mourning, as they remember the impact he had on the film industry and their lives. Jimmy Hunt, who gained fame as a child actor in the original 1950 comedy, which saw a modern remake in 2003 featuring Steve Martin, died in a hospital in California on Friday. His daughter-in-law shared the news with The Hollywood Reporter, revealing that he had suffered a heart attack just 6 weeks prior to his passing. Throughout his career, Jimmy portrayed the character William, and later Fred in the sequel to Cheaper by the Dozen. He appeared in an impressive total of 31 films during his relatively brief acting career, retiring from the spotlight at the young age of 14. His impressive roster of co-stars included legendary figures such as Bing Crosby, Ronald Reagan, Claudette Colbert, Burt Lancaster, and Barbara Stanwyck. One of his standout performances was as David in the classic 1953 film Invaders from Mars. Remarkably, he returned from retirement to reprise a role in the film's 1986 remake, where he humorously played the town sheriff, delivering the memorable line upon seeing aliens, "I haven't been here for 40 years." In the wake of Jimmy's death, fans took to social media to express their sorrow and share their memories. One user wrote, "I just watched Invaders from Mars recently. It's a very sad day for the #horror community, #sci-fi, and #classic movies. Rest in peace, Jimmy Hunt." Another fan lamented, "Another sad farewell. Jimmy Hunt, Invaders from Mars, Cheaper by the Dozen, Sorry Wrong Number, Pitfall, etc., has died at the age of 85, according to posts by family members and friends. Sad news. RIP. After leaving acting in his teenage years, Jimmy served in the military and later transitioned to a career in sales for an industrial tool and supply company. He once shared with The Hollywood Reporter, "I decided that I would rather play sports in high school than make movies, so I retired." In a lighthearted moment during a 2022 interview, he revealed that the remake of Invaders from Mars is the only film from his career that still generates royalties for him. He chuckled as he recounted, "Every once in a while, the Screen Actors Guild sends me a check for like $9. During a television appearance in 2017, Jimmy recounted an incident from filming Weekend with Father in 1951, where he broke his arm but chose to continue filming. He stated, "No one made me finish the picture that way. I wanted to, I considered myself a professional. In other words, I never had any really bad times as a boy actor." He is survived by his wife of 61 years, Roswitha, their sons Ron and Randy, as well as 9 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. This news comes on the heels of another tragic loss in the entertainment world, as fellow child star Malcolm Jamal Warner, known for his role on The Cosby Show, has also passed away at the age of 54. Warner tragically drowned while swimming off the coast of Costa Rica, according to local authorities who spoke with ABC News. His body was found near Cockles, a beach in the Limon province, and the official cause of death has been reported as asphyxia due to drowning. While the exact circumstances of Warner's drowning remain unclear, experts caution that some beaches in Costa Rica can be hazardous, with strong currents and rip tides that pose serious risks to swimmers. Warner was best known for his portrayal of Theodore Huxtable, the only son of Cliff Huxtable, on the beloved NBC sitcom, The Cosby Show, where he appeared throughout all 8 seasons from 1984 to 1992, earning critical acclaim and becoming a household name. Asphyxia occurs when the body does not receive enough oxygen, which can lead to unconsciousness or even death. Although the specific reasons behind Warner's tragic drowning are still unknown, it is important to recognize that the waters in Costa Rica can be treacherous, depending on the beach and conditions. At the time of his passing, Warner was just a teenager on The Cosby Show, but his performance garnered widespread recognition, including a nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series at the 1986 Primetime Emmy Awards. Both Jimmy Hunt and Malcolm Jamal Warner have left behind legacies that will be remembered by fans and the entertainment community alike. What are your thoughts on the impact these actors had on their respective genres? Do you have any favorite memories or performances from their careers? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remembering Jimmy Hunt, Cheaper by the Dozen star passes away at 85. The beloved actor Jimmy Hunt, renowned for his early role in Cheaper by the Dozen, has passed away at the age of 85, just weeks after suffering a heart attack. This news was shared recently by a family member, marking the end of an era for a star who captivated audiences from a young age. But here's where it gets complicated and a bit surprising. Jimmy's journey in Hollywood wasn't a straightforward lifelong career, and his choices may spark different perspectives among fans and critics alike. Jimmy gained fame as a child actor during the 1940s, a time when Hollywood was producing many classic films that continue to resonate today. He was most notably featured in the original, Cheaper by the Dozen, released in 1950, a film adaptation of the popular 1948 novel by Frank Bunker Gilbreth Jr. and Ernestine Gilbreth Carey. In the movie, Jimmy portrayed William Gilbreth, one of 12 children growing up in the 1920s under the watchful eyes of their industrious parents, Frank and Lillian Gilbreth, played masterfully by Clifton Webb and Myrna Loy. The family-centered story appealed to many for its warm humor and portrayal of everyday life during that era. But did you know Jimmy also returned for the sequel, Bells on Their Toes, 1952? Interestingly, he switched roles and played Fred Gilbreth, a change that fans of the original may find unusual. Such a shift raises questions about cast continuity and audience perception back then. And for the science fiction enthusiasts, Jimmy is remembered for starring as the young David McClane in Invaders from Mars, 1953, a cult classic where his character witnesses extraterrestrial events unfolding in his neighborhood. The film was directed by William Cameron Menzies and co-starred Arthur Franz and Helena Carter. Even decades later, Invaders from Mars was honored as an indie classic by being inducted into the U.S. National Film Registry, highlighting its lasting cultural impact. Despite his promising start, Jimmy made a surprising decision as a teenager to step away from acting to focus on sports during high school. This choice, which some might interpret as giving up fame for a more normal life, points to a different side of Hollywood child stars, the desire for a grounded existence away from the spotlight. Later on, he pursued higher education and served 3 years in the Army, revealing a man with diverse interests and commitments beyond the entertainment world. Eventually, he transitioned into a sales management role in the industrial tool and supply sector, showcasing a significant career shift that many former actors rarely make consciously. Yet, there was a brief return to the screen in 1986 when Jimmy appeared as a police chief in the remake of Invaders from Mars, directed by Tobe Hooper, a nod to his earlier fame, but also a sign of his enduring affection for acting. Over the years, Jimmy shared the screen with legendary performers, including Bing Crosby and Ann Blyth in Top o' the Morning, 1949, and Tony Curtis on the set of All-American, 1953, further cementing his place in classic Hollywood history. According to his daughter-in-law, Elisa Hunt, who spoke to The Hollywood Reporter, Jimmy suffered a heart attack 6 weeks before his death last week, at a hospital in Simi Valley, California. Fans expressed heartfelt condolences across social media platforms, with one admirer recalling their personal meeting, describing Jimmy as a lovely man, and expressing sorrow over the news. Jimmy Hunt's life story raises intriguing questions about fame, personal choice, and lasting legacy. Should child actors be encouraged to continue pursuing fame, or is stepping back like Jimmy's path sometimes the wiser, healthier option? And does his career shift challenge our typical understanding of celebrity success? We invite you to share your thoughts. Do you admire Jimmy's diverse life journey, or do you believe he left acting too soon? Join the conversation and let us know your views in the comments below.